wine enthusiasts, and welcome to the Wine Cellar. My name is Dawn.
And I'm Sabrina.
And what are we focusing on today?
Today is Pinot Noir.
Woo!
One of my personal favorites. I'm excited.
Mine too.
So, we have 3 different bottles for us today, all different areas. So, of course, we have Kendall Jackson's Pinot Noir.
Cali.
It is from Cali. We have the Francis Coppola. This one is from Oregon. Then we have over here the Carmen Pinot Noir. Carmen does make a lot of different varietals, but we focused on her Pinot today. And this is the Grand Reserve from Chile.
I'm going to interject real quick so that I can open this bottle. I wanted to leave it intact because I've never seen this before. This bottle has fishnet on. Let me get a close-up. Do you see that? It's got
great.
fishnet on it.
It's great. And they're gold.
It is so cute.
It is.
Okay, now you can go ahead.
That's okay. The cute thing about the Francis Coppola, they actually all have that. So their cab it's a black label, and then they also have a fishnet situation too.
was not aware of that. I love that.
Yes.
Okay.
So with that being said, while she's opened that up, we're going to start, of course, from left to right, per usual. Okay. So here we have the Kendall Jackson. Again, this is the Vintners Reserve. So this one here, it does have all its fun stuff on the back label. So if you guys went ahead and grabbed this with us as well to try out, this does have all the fun tasting notes on what we should taste on the back, so you guys can read that too. So this one does have black cherries, raspberry, supple tannins. And then, of course, because it's hillside, they're going to be a little more bright plum and a little bit of a spice to it. This is aged in French barrels with just a touch of cedar and a touch of vanilla. So super excited here. And again, 14.5 alcohol for this little guy. Thank you. You're welcome. Per usual, we have see, I almost got excited. Per usual, we have the charcuterie board behind. So we could do little samples, especially with the reds. We love to do ham or cheese or different chocolates, just because, of course, that's going to bring out some of those beautiful notes in there. And of course, we have our red glasses today. Oh my gosh.
It's very thick. It's lining the glass nicely.
Mm-hmm. Beautiful. So
Very beautiful. It is a little see-through, so that tells me that it's going to be a little less full-bodied than a normal dark red.
Mm-hmm. And Pinots typically are more on the medium-bodied side. There's only a handful that are on the full-body side, which is what I prefer. There are tannins in this one.
It's not bad. I don't find it that it's bad. There are tannins in there, but I don't feel like it's too much. I think it's the dryness that you don't like more than the tannins.
I do think it's a little drier. It is drier than I like my Pinots. My Pinots I like a little more fruit forward, to have full transparency. Not that I don't like a dry wine that's red. I just prefer a fruit forward Pinot when I'm drinking those. But it's not bad.
It's not bad at all.
The raspberries are there. There's definitely like a little tart twang. Black cherry, it's there. I feel like it's more on the nose, though.
There is something in there that's a little bitter on the front end.
And I feel like it might be the oak, maybe, because oak's a little more woody, or a. I don't want to say smoke. Smoke's a bad word to.
With the cheese, calmed it down immediately.
Yeah, the Gouda or the.
I did the Gouda.
Gouda.
I calmed it down immediately. It's not bad.
I'm gonna have a little bite of ham.
I don't know that this is a beginner wine though.
No, if you're yeah, even with the ham, it wasn't as great as I was hoping for. My taste buds would shy away from suggesting this for a beginner Pinot. Just because, again, it's not very fruit forward, and a lot of folks, if they're trying to begin, they're looking for something to kind of draw their taste buds in. So fruit forward would really help with that.
Yeah.
swirl that out.
And as I mentioned in a previous video, when I was beginning, I did not like Cali wines, but I was starting out with white wines. When I made the switch to red wines, I have found that I actually prefer a lot of Cali wines, which was a complete surprise to me because I had tried numerous white wines from Cali, and there was just something about it. It just tasted too earthy for me to find any pleasure in the palate for it. But the reds, I don't know if it hides the earthiness a little bit more because of how full-bodied they are. But even this, I would drink this.
Really?
This would be amazing with like a steak.
Okay.
And some mashed potatoes. I think this would pair wonderfully. I don't think it is a sipping wine. And I think if you were bringing it to like a housewarming gift, make sure that the people that you're giving it to are a little more advanced on their palate, because it is a little drier and a little bolder than most newer people to wine would probably want to palate.
Very fair. I think it's very fair.
All right, Oregon.
I love Oregon. She mentioned she loves that Pacific Northwest. So of course here is the Francis Coppola wine. Very excited. This one also mentions on the back on some fun details that it has about it, but I will pour this in here so she can start working on it.
And I have never tried this brand.
Me neither. This is an honest tasting. I haven't had their stuff. I've seen their bottles, but I haven't tried it. Yeah.
And I want to say that I have tried a Kendall Jackson, but I have not tried this one. So these are all three brand new to me.
Yeah, I haven't. The Kendall Jackson, I think I've tried the Chardonnay before. That one's a very common one.
Very. Especially in restaurants.
Yes, very common in the restaurants. So I just want to get that a good swirl because we just opened it. So on the back of the bottle, same thing. If you guys purchase this little guy, this one is going to show some of those fun tasting notes too. So it's no surprise or secret. So of course with that one, this one is going to be, it is more spicy. This one varietal is a little more aromatic. It is a little more supple texture. It's more flavorful. It is balanced with acidity and ripe yet delicate tannins. So that's going to be a little softer, probably not as dry. It's going to be perfect when you're pairing it maybe with pork chops or even like a demi-glaze of some sorts, like ham or what have you.
This smells very spicy, so I'm excited to try this. It has really great legs. Ooh. Got Deion Sanders legs.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Cheers. Ooh, it does smell a little, like a little peppery. Yes, less dry.
Less dry. Not fruit forward. It's more spicy, earthy.
Yes, very much so. This I would bring for a steak dinner over the Kendall.
Okay, I would, because of how
Those peppery spice. Yes.
Well, and how much smoother it is to drink, because then you can enjoy it after the meal as well.
Absolutely, if your glass is a little full after dinner because it was that good. But yes, this is actually a really great first impression. I like the way that this tastes.
It is a little pungent on the nose. Very bold on the nose. It smells very spicy, like you said, peppery.
But it wasn't. So I was actually
the taste is actually mellower than the smell.
I was anticipating more of that pepper on the taste buds, but it's very much on the nose as opposed to on the actual taste buds itself.
Yeah.
So very, very good. Very good.
And it's balanced. It's not just on the front. It carries through all the way to the end. It's very, very balanced.
10 out of 10 recommend.
I would give that a 9. I like that one.
So the next one we have is the Carmen. This is the Grand Reserve. So there you go. Of course, there's that. I'm blocking my whole self out of the frame. That was good. So this one is going to be, of course, from Chile, like I had mentioned earlier. This one is 13% alcohol by volume. This one has its secrets, so we're going to figure it out together. Are you ready? Of course, Pinots, as we've seen, they're going to be a little... This one I thought was a little more fuller bodied, too.
Yeah.
I didn't... Of course, we had a smaller pour.
Well, but even on the glass, this one coated the glass but didn't really have legs.
Yes.
This one coated it, and it was a nice slow
Yes.
drag down the glass.
Yes. So, ooh, get the glass. I know. I tried to pour it and it was trying to move.
These are thin legs, and they're pretty fast actually.
Well, it is 13, so I think this one is the lesser of the alcohol content.
Yeah, these are thinner legs.
Mm-hmm. And they are going down kind of fast.
Ooh, not a fan of the smell. I don't know what I'm picking up, but I don't.
Just like whatever that is, I don't like it.
It's not something I can easily describe. It has almost an alcohol, like a rubbing alcohol smell to it. Do you smell that?
I do, but I feel like it's more like it's like a floral.
That's what it smells like. Any
No,
flower
but
I
it's
would
not. It's
want.
not flower, but it's like a almost like
herb?
like maybe herby. Yeah, that might be. It might be herb. Like I'm smelling like herb, earthy,
it's
mineral,
very
probably
bold.
something
It's
like
a very
that.
bold smell.
Let's taste it. Herb. It was the smell of herb.
It tastes like I'm drinking patchouli or grass. Ugh. Okay, I can tell you which one I do not like from the night.
Yeah, and I was
I had such high hopes for
because it's
that
from
one.
Chile.
Yes.
And normally Chile, Argentina, they're very like a spice, a smoke, a fruit forward, a deliciousness. But it's not that it's bad. It's not bad. If you have like a tenderloin that's like marinating with rosemary or things like that, I think that would go well with it just because of the strongness of the herb.
That made my stomach burn.
Really?
Yeah. Not a fan. I'm sure somebody out there loves this wine.
Yeah.
I'm not knocking it for those people who do love this. Again, these are my opinions, my taste buds, my palate. I am not a fan of this one. Sorry.
It's very earthy herbs. Like I said, if you had, like I said, if you were smoking something that had herbs on it, like a rosemary or,
I think that would make it compete even more.
but of course you take it off. It's just it's gonna tie it together. That's what you're looking for.
I can see maybe that going with like a chicken Caesar salad because you have that almost tardiness from the Caesar salad dressing, which might complement this because you have a little bit of spice, but you have a little bit of the tangy from the Caesar.
Yeah.
Maybe that might work, but I personally, this is not just a sipping wine. This would have to be something with food.
Yeah, I agree. I think, and honestly, there was only a handful. Again, these were not very fruit forward. All of these were very other flavors forward for sure. Like this one had herbs. This one had more of a pepper. That one had more of the like tannic, dry front to it.
That still smelled like fruit though.
Yeah, it smelled like fruit, but it wasn't fruit forward.
Yeah, no.
So definitely very different than the Pinots I traditionally buy. Again, I like mine a little more fruit forward, thicker as far as the full body. I would believe that we would have this one more on the medium and then these two more on that full bodied side. This might be a medium just because of how fast those legs were.
Right.
But this for sure I would categorize that as a full body. But very good. I thought all were very delicious in their own regard, except this one was a little more acidic for me. So if I had to, if I had to pick one, I would go with the Francis Coppola, actually.
I would say that's my favorite from the night, absolutely. Yeah. It has everything that I look for, which is a balanced front to back end taste. I don't like when wines are only fruit forward and then there's nothing on the back end to kind of complement that. I feel like that's kind of empty wine. So I prefer something that's a little more complex. That's going to give me a range of flavors from the front to the back and have a nice smooth finish, which that one does. That I could drink with food or without food. It could be just a standard sipping wine. So if you're looking for a great present for somebody for like a dinner party, I would highly recommend this one if they like reds. Absolutely.
Yeah, it was delicious. Like I said, if this wasn't as herb forward and all the way throughout, I would say that this was good. It had a good, like the tannins were very velvety and silky, so it wasn't very tannic at all.
You got that? Let me try this again.
get past the herb. Look for the tannins. I felt that they were very silky and just like free flowing as opposed to just hit you in the face and then
Oh God.
poor thing.
The longer I drink it, the worse it tastes to me. So that
Really?
tells me that I can have that wine.
Yeah.
And again, everybody's palate is a little different. For me, the first taste was a little okay. Every one since then, it's gotten me right back here where it's almost like that sweet tart, nasty kind of that
okay.
almost not a gag reflex, but that
It's like choking.
twinge.
Oh, yeah.
That kind of. So this wine is
That's out for you.
because I'm not gonna drink that. These two were good. This is just the more balanced one
For sure.
for me.
For sure. Well,
Yeah.
awesome. Well, I think that's a fair one. Again, I'm curious to see what you guys thought in the comments. You know,
Yes,
which ones
please
was yours?
let us know if you've tried any of these and what your thoughts on it were, because again,
Absolutely.
everybody has different taste buds and different
Absolutely.
likes. We will put the links to all of these wines down below in the description box, so that way if you do want to try something, especially this one, all you'll have to do is click the link. It'll take you directly to the page where you can buy it, add it to the cart, buy it, and you're done.
Yes.
If you like what you saw here today and you want to see future episodes, please hit that subscribe button below. Leave any comments if there's a particular wine you want us to try, or if there is a type of wine that we haven't covered already that you want us to focus on. Please let us know. That's going to help us drive where we go in the future with our different episodes.
Absolutely.
And we do plan on doing some lives at maybe some art festivals and maybe doing in-home tastings with a few of our friends that we'll do live. So stay tuned. We got a lot of fun things coming up, and we hope you enjoy what we have going on. You have anything else to add?
That's it. Just drink responsibly.
Definitely drink responsibly. And that's why we have water. We do water in between each tastings, not only to cleanse the cup so that we don't have any residue from the other wine, but also just so that we're keeping hydrated. A lot of these dry wines, they will dehydrate you, so it's important to make sure that you are sipping water at the same time that you're drinking your wine.
Absolutely.
Wine is much higher in alcohol content than beer, so you have to be careful.
Yes.
For newbies, when they do, do a normal serving for us when we're drinking at home.
I guess we'll do the Coppola.
Because this is the difference. You saw what we poured today. We poured our social sipping tastings, okay? On the first video, the red blends, holy cow, hold it. On our video for the red blends, she did our standard servings that we would have when we're just kicking it at the house. And
you want real or we
no,
don't?
that's
okay.
You can pour yours how you normally pour yours. This is a standard. I don't know if you can see that. This is a standard pour for most bars. This is how she was pouring them on our red blend tasting. Which, come on now, we can't do 4 wines on that and still be able to not slur our words. So
cheers to wines.
So, with that being said, drink responsibly. If you're new to wines, please start off with just small pours.
Yes.
So that you can get your body acclimated to it. Wine hits people differently.
Absolutely.
Some people it makes them sleepy. Some people just the tannins or the sulfites in it gives them a really bad hangover or a headache.
Yes.
Which that does not mean that the quality of the wine is bad. Sulfites and tannins are added for the integrity to keep the wine. Correct. So they are important. They are natural. The tannins are a natural antioxidant. So it is an important piece of the winemaking process.
Yes.
But it does affect people differently. So
Absolutely.
Start off slow. Make sure you have a designated driver. Drink responsibly and enjoy and learn with us. I was waiting for cheers. She was already going for it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Thanks for joining us, you guys.
Yep.
We'll see you later from the Wine Cellar. Good night.
Cheers.